Hi guys, long time no talk or long time no video. I know it's been so long since I uploaded a video. It's kind of been pissing me off a little bit, but I just haven't had time. I've had so much work. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen I don't post that much on Twitter, but I did mention recently that I had my first day off at the beginning of February and just had a couple more since then. So I've just been really busy, but I won't go on about it too much because it's kind of boring to hear someone talk about how they don't have time for anything. I will make another video to show you a couple of the things that I've been up to, but I just don't have time at the moment. So today I'm just going to look at a little bit of shitty news, just one piece, and it caught my eye today. So in Dublin there is a very old church called St Michan's Church, and it was just very quickly run through the history of it. It was built in 1095 to actually serve the remaining ostracized Vikings who were still in Ireland, the ones who were left still in Ireland after the rest had been killed or kicked out, apparently. And then the church was rebuilt again in 1686, and then it had an organ, a large pipe organ, installed in 1724, and apparently Handel is said to have first played the Messiah on that organ. Now, the really interesting thing about this church, apart from it being very old and historic, is that it has a crypt beneath it. And in that crypt there are some mummified bodies, and they have been really they were turned into mummies. People don't really know why. Apparently some people say it's because of the limestone created very dry atmosphere. Others suspect that maybe it's because the area used to be a swamp, so maybe the methane gases had something to do in preserving the bodies. But anyway, although the bodies are still very well preserved mummies, the wood and the wood of their coffins disintegrates over time, so as it kind of breaks away, the bodies kind of fall out. And the church is not allowed to, go and open up these coffins to have the mummies on display, but once they actually fall out by themselves, then they can have them on display, leave them there, and it's actually a tourist attraction and people go to look and see the mummies. And some of them have been there for hundreds of years. There is one who was a nun, apparently, who has been there for 400 years, but the one who is like the star of the crypt in St Michan's Church is called the Crusader, and he has apparently been there for 800 years. They think that he was a soldier who either died in the Crusades or returned and died shortly afterwards. It's not really known who he was, but he was very tall. He was like 6.5 feet, which is really amazing for those times. Anyway, that's enough of the history, because now we're going to get to the rather depressing part, and that is at the weekend the crypt was vandalized and some of the bodies were broken. The nun had her head turned around, and worst of all, the Crusader was kind of smashed up and his head has been taken, and it is at this moment not known where it is. Crypt will now be forced to close for the foreseeable future. The Archdeacon of Dublin described the vandalism of the church crypts as sacrilegious and said the site, which has been open to the public since the 1930s, would be forced to close. And the break-in was discovered only on Monday at lunchtime, when the guide was preparing to open to bring visitors down to view the bodies. And that was when he discovered the head of the Crusader had been severed from its mummified body and was missing. It's actually not the first time it has been vandalized. It was vandalized in 1996 when teenagers broke into the vaults and took the bodies from their coffins, including the body of a child. But at that time, the police were able to catch the guilty parties. So at the moment, people don't really know who did this. It's thought maybe it could be a kind of like a symbolic attack, because the Crusader was obviously in the Crusades, so people are questioning whether it's something to do with Islam and religion. Other people say that it could be just people who hate the church, without coming from any other religion, who just hate it. And of course it could have no real meaning. It could be just a couple of scumbags who want to destroy stuff and break stuff and steal bits of dead bodies. So at the moment it's unknown, but I really hope that they do manage to track down the head of the Crusader. 800 years. Imagine an 800-year-old head is missing. And I hope they manage to get it back. They think that now that it's outside its usual place, that it will disintegrate, kind of break down very quickly. So let me know what you think. And hopefully I'll have a couple more videos up as soon as possible. See you soon.